Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Taking a quick look here again at ICP. Wow, $8, actually $7.53. That is absolutely insane. We lost our key level support here at about $8.77. If you saw my video from yesterday, that was kind of a make or break situation, and obviously it broke to the downside. How much lower can this go? That's the question I get. The best way to describe it is it can go pretty low, honestly. And the reason why I say that is because if we look at the macro, we look at the daily time frame, we have this gap now in between the current support level, at least should be considered resistance now at 878. Let's just say $8.80. And then we got this previous support level here. This is why you keep previous supports. That's right there at about $7.35. So we actually might be in somewhat of a range between $7.35 and $8.80. Okay, so that's kind of a good thing. I think we are getting closer to our bottom. That was supposed to be our bottom. It continued. So you never truly know. But the one thing that is consistent in trading is greed. So let's go ahead and find out if there's any more probability for greed levels here based on liquidation to the downside. So when we talked about this previously, there wasn't much liquidation left down below the price, and there isn't still. So if we do take a look at, let's just go with a larger 3-month time frame. See if there's anything else there. Nothing at all. So $9 is that cutoff point for any high leverage or even short leveraged long positions here, or low leverage longs. So at this point, honestly, not favorable at all. The whole situation is pretty abysmal. If we take a look at the last 12 hours, there are a lot more shorts than longs at about $8.50. I know I'm quickly going through these, but I'm just kind of getting perspective of what's going on in the back end here, because liquidation levels tell us quite a lot. We can see there are some late longs at $7.40. So if you have a liquidation in the $7 range, low $7 range, that's probably you. And those are quite possibly high leverage longs at $7.40. Okay, because again, you see these heavy concentrations; those are generally high leverage, because again, liquidation levels are closer the higher leverage you use. So if you're newer to trading and you're thinking that high leverage trading is the way to go, I think you need to, how do I put this? You need to learn a lot more about legitimacy of trading and more sustainability. You cannot sustain consistency in your portfolio if you keep hitting the reset button. So again, just friendly advice, use lower leverage. It's crazy that like the common denominator right now is high leverage. People seem to think that that's okay, and other communities are promoting that. I think that's very unfortunate. So we only take low leverage, low position size trades. We took 25% or something off Bitcoin for a short. While that was a 10x short position, I only 5x leverage altcoins generally. That's my concept there, or my strategy. So maybe consider something along those lines if you keep getting destroyed. Either way, ICP, taking a look here, 753 is that lowest point, and we got that previous support level on the daily for previous candlestick closures for roughly about a week. A while ago, keep in mind, it was quite some time ago, but that was at about 730. Okay, round number, 730 is that low point. So there's a solid chance we're going to see somewhat of a range here. In fact, let's go ahead and put a little range guy in here just so we can kind of pay attention. This is our tentative support level. Okay, so we're going to just pay attention to that guy. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the daily and work our way down and just kind of see, generally speaking, where are we at here? Is there anything favorable? First of all, we're below all moving averages. We've known this for a while. That's another reason not to take it long, because we haven't confirmed bullish or even starting to even consider becoming remotely bullish. This coin is tremendously bearish. There's no other way around it. And I know what you're thinking too. Oh, it's truly bearish. It's going to bounce back. It's instantly going to come back around. Not true. That's not how trading works. It's going to take you well past that point of pain, and you're going to feel very, very sad at the end of the day because you keep getting stopped out. So at this point here, we get stochastics trying to swing up. While that's a slight consolation, it's losing momentum already. We can also see that RSI is below 30. Generally speaking, when you stay below 30 on the RSI, you don't bounce off that level. It's a disadvantageous sign. Its inverse can apply too to bull runs, right? Where the price action stays above 30 on the or 70 on the RSI for some time. We've seen it happen with this coin before. In fact, when the price was rocking and rolling right here back in December, the RSI was over 70 for roughly about a week or two. Okay, and it did a lot in that short amount of time. Okay. So inverse is happening here as well. You could literally upside down or flip this flip this chart upside down, and it would look very similar. So again, it's not to say that it can't happen. All right. All things said here, though, we are truly bearish. There's no other way around it. Daily time frame looks fairly abysmal. We take a look at the 4-hour time frame here. Again, this X on the chart is confirming factor for potential again, potential long consideration. We're going to go ahead and remove that because we didn't confirm that. We need to be above this descending trend line first, in my opinion, to be able to have any legs to stand on here. So we're going to go ahead and extend this out a little bit further, pull it down to this lower level, just so we can pay closer attention to it. As you can see, it's running concurrent with a 20-day simple moving average. That's very standard, very normal. In these situations, until we break above that, we have no consideration for a long. So if you're thinking that you're going to get into the bottom right now, the bottom might not be in. Okay, the bottom may still be discovering itself, as we've already witnessed. So all the more reason to be patient. While I do recognize that we're at 30 on the RSI, generally you see a bounce at this point. That still doesn't warrant a long position. It doesn't give you any credit. It's literally the only constellation we can see here. Everything is truly bearish. So until this stuff starts to plateau, or stochastic starts to swing up, or perhaps we see the price action double bottom, there's a lot of reasons why we don't take a long position right now. Okay, I do not like taking longs at supports only based on overextension. I think it's a terrible play, and it can definitely get you wrecked. So keep in mind we are overextended. There's no doubt about that. And generally speaking, when we see a 9 on TD sequential, we can and will see reversal. But at this point, there's no reason to consider that. If we look at this history, it hasn't really done anything like that of the sort. It's been coming down to 4s, 5s, and 6s and resetting itself. So the truth is, we may see a relief rally, but it'll probably look something like this, okay, if it does come back up. What would be an optimal situation is for the price to come up like this and retest this previous support turned resistance at about $8.80. That's what we're going to be looking for. So hourly time frame, let's quickly note here as well, Ichimoku cloud, we can confirm we're well below the cloud. This is not a surprise. We've been below pretty much the entire time. We've had a couple of false positives, right? Just kidding, but they're both below this descending trend line, also working against us. So we do not trade into that, right? We are patient traders. We wait for confirmation. That's what we do. Again, if you're not part of our community, you may not understand that. If you want to consider joining, CryptoCache.tag is a site link down below. I would recommend that. But if we do take a look at our TPO here, we're going to also confirm that we're below the current point of control, which is about $8.20 for today. As you can see, yesterday, the bears controlled the price action at $8.85. That is that point of control. That's the most amount of volume purchased yesterday at that point. So when we see that, that reaffirms that being a resistance level. So $8.80 is the new resistance. And currently at this point here, potential support range at about 735, upwards of about 750. So not a fantastic situation by any stretch. My expectation is for the price to do one of these. That's a significant possibility. We just to discover our fifth and final wave, because we're establishing it right now, and we may not actually be at the bottom. So if we do take a look at slightly larger time frames, in fact, you know what? I think that might be a different chart. I'll pull that up later. But the simple way to understand it here, until we break free from this descending trend, there's no other way around it. We should not take any long positions. So a good consideration for a short would be right here at about $8.75, just below that key level resistance, and a consideration for a long would be a bullish backtest of this descending trend line, which can sometimes look like this, and to consider taking a long at that point when 880 has proven to hold its level. Okay, so right now it's premature on both accounts. I don't like shorting the bottom, and I'm not willing to take a long at this point without confirmation. So again, that's just kind of how I trade. I generally trade fairly successful. I know some people are probably chuckling because we hit a few stop losses recently, but that's par for the course too. I mean, I might have had a good 50 or 60 trades over the last 2 or 3 months, and we just so happened to hit 2 or 3, actually I think it was 4 stop losses in a row. So streaks happen in trading, folks. Again, all the more reason to reset, chill out, hang out. I was able to spend good time with my family this weekend, and I feel recharged and ready to rock and roll. We had a nice clean short yesterday too with good confirmation. So again, stick with confirmation. It very much helps. I hope you learned something here today. Do me a favor, if you could, help us grow our Twitter, Telegram, YouTube, Discord, TikTok by following us over here. And if you want access to shorts, I got some pretty good short opportunities there too, of course, with my TikTok. It's kind of a lot of fun, actually. Thanks again, everybody, for your support. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.